Hi guys, we all know that the most challenging thing in the winter time is to take overnight, and that's why I want to introduce you my best fellas, which are the Defence 6 and Defence 4. You can see yourself the difference in the size. It's quite impressive, but the difference in the temperatures is not as impressive. This one you can feel comfortable in -18, and this one is -14. It won't be much difference, but by the extreme temperatures, this one you can sleep up to the 40 degrees. -40, yeah. And yeah, let's take a look maybe a bit closer to the guys. All the Defence series, the material what they use is a G-loft as a insulation, and the outer layer is always the water resistant, not the waterproof, but the water resistant, which allows us to keep some humidity out of our sleeping bag. What else I like the Carinthia sleeping bags is the size of them. Yeah, they definitely are not the most lightest one, but they are definitely the most durable. As for example, the Defence 6 is 87 centimeters in your shoulders, which is important, especially in some tactical issues where you are going to sleep in with some gear on you. The other thing which is important in the winter time, we know that the way we are breathing, if it's below 10, everything around your face is going to froze up. And this is the solution and the design, I would say, which is quite special for Carinthia. And you see, that's just a little hole which you can tight even more, which keeps your face just a little bit in touch with the fresh and cold air. Yeah, as I said, the material, you will not worry about some little humidity, which is super nice. And of course, how you're gonna use it. That's important with the every single sleeping bag. How you're gonna close it, how you're gonna store yourself in, what you're gonna sleep on, and how you're gonna be dressed when you go in. The sleeping bag itself offers only the temperatures, so you can choose from the really heavy lined Defence 6 or the most average line Defence 4, which I would say fits for the most of the European temperatures for the whole year. So the major difference in between the Defence 4 and Defence 6, as you see, this one is a little bit lighter, of course, that's why it's a bit cooler, and technically it's pretty much the same, only in a Defence 6, inside here, nearby your shoulders, you will find another strap, so you can close all the area from your shoulders down there, which offers you, of course, much more comfort, and you're gonna feel much warmer. Super durable. What I love about them is that this wideness in the shoulders, 87 centimeters, so it's wide enough to feel yourself really comfortable. The only way to be sure about your equipment is to test it in a real life. That's why we're gonna take overnight in a -16 degrees temperature, and we're gonna try our sleeping bags. Sven, what you gonna choose for today?
I will gonna choose Defence 6 sleeping bag tonight.
Which was the comfort temperature?
-18.
-18.
And extreme -40.
Yeah, and I will try Defence 4, which is like 4-5 degrees lower comfort temperature.
Yes.
And we can compare it in the morning.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Let's see how it goes. It's a nice sweet spot made for 3 beavers. 3 sleeping bags. Defence 4, Defence 6 is ready for the night. And a couple of things before we get in. So as we mentioned, the first thing is what you're gonna sleep on. So this is gonna be kind of mat, whatever, there are thousands kind of mats that you can sleep on, but if you don't feel that your mat is fit good for the frozen land, then always you can in between cover down some spruce trees or something. So you need some really solid thing that you sleep on, because most of the cold comes from the ground. Yeah, the next thing is the sleeping bag and then the roof under. So we place kind of poncho tonight. It's a little bit snowing, so but it's not a big deal. And Svens,
Yes, yes, my friend.
how do you describe your strategy in these temperatures? So it's 16, 18 below.
Yeah,
It's cold outside, like.
yeah.
How are you gonna go in? With how many parts of the clothes? How many layers?
Layers? Honestly, it depends of the situation. But when I'm sleeping in the sleeping bag, I will always put on some warm socks, also some warm hat, and some kind of scarf. That's my essentials. And if I'm sleeping at the night in the sleeping bag, I always put my headlamp right here over my neck, because if you need to wake up in the night, you don't have time to
Search it.
search it and find your headlamp. And if it's on your neck, you know it's always there. Press on and the lamp is on.
That's a good point. Where is the biggest mistakes people are doing? Because they feel like it's very cold, and you know the sleeping bag is also still cold on the moment. They put too much clothes on themselves. They go in, they close the bag, and they get to sleep. And then what happens when it's too much clothes on you? You start a little bit sweating, a little bit tiny sweating, and during the night that sweating gives you the humidity point, and then you start freezing. So I would say the idea is dress as less as possible, go in, first 5 minutes feels cool, after 10 minutes, if it's a proper gear, it will work definitely as it have to work. And Def 6 minus 18 should work properly. The other thing is the socks. I would suggest not to use too tight socks, because the night is a time to rest, also for your feet. And if your socks are too tight for your feet, then the blood circling will not be good. So the socks have to be very easy. And now we're gonna see how the Def 6 looks from the outside with the guy inside. That's the one thing what's left. Always help your friend to cover him. Yeah, it's a chance to close these parts a little bit more if needed, but still you need always some air to breathe. And if you want to make an extra heat on your sleeping bag, if it's not enough on that moment particular, because normally what's freezing is the parts when you go on the side, the parts which is touching the bag. Then there is your jacket. You can close your jacket with a zipper and cover yourself up, or just like this, put up in a very vital areas, and this will give definitely an extra feeling. So how it is, Sven, the first impression?
First impressions?
It's cool.
Pretty good. Pretty warm right now after the 2 minutes.
And here is one more thing what we're gonna show you, which is for the Def 6. There is this in between your chest area and bottom. Let me fix together. And as you fix it together, so you can tie these loops. That's my fingers. So you can tie this one together, because as we close this one, the heat in between his chest and the body will stay very warm in this area. So it's going to be like separated separated two parts, which is, and this conditions very important. So don't be too loud, my friend. Okay?
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear
Bravo,
you.
bravo.
I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping.
Bravo, bravo. Okay. And we're gonna take the depth 4. As we said, it's not too much difference in between the average temperatures what they hold, but there is much difference in between the extreme temperatures. So let's see how it works in both ways. -18, that's what they promised this night. It's been -20 below this night. I just checked it out. Our fire is completely gone. I have to take a look how the boys are feeling. Howdy, city boys, it's time to wake up. Frozen nose. How are you?
Feels like in home.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
At -20.
Yes.
Just lying on the ground under the clear sky. Hey Sven,
Yes, my friend.
you still alive?
What?
Alive there?
Pretty good. Pretty warm right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was there any problems with the night?
No, my friend. It's warm. It's very warm.
Alright, I'll take care of the fire.
Like in the spa.
I'll take care of the fire and you'll have some 10 minutes to come, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful morning.